Hey, what's up guys? It's Adam from Lazy Guy DIY, and I'm going to show you without melting here because it is a million degrees, how we made these super simple hanging planters. They're floating, something a little bit different, but how we're going to make them last forever. So stay tuned, watch the full tutorial, and follow all the way to the end. We'll give you all the details of what we used.
All right, the first thing I want to note is you're not going to be blown away by the build design here. What's important is the materials we're using and the process we're using to preserve this so it lasts forever. So for materials, I'm using cedar fence pickets that I picked up from my local Home Depot. Cedar is excellent for outdoor builds, but it does have a rough surface that you absolutely need to sand down for the epoxy to take later on. Yes, I said epoxy. So you have three longer pieces here for the sides and the bottom, and then I have some end cap pieces that I'm using right now. I'm using Titebond 3 because that is great for outdoor builds. It's an adhesive that holds up pretty well. So I'm going to clamp these in place here. And then I'm going to glue and assemble everything. So just remember to sand. It's much easier to sand it before you assemble it than after you assemble it. So as I clamp things up here, I'm going to put some spacers in, and those spacers are good for making sure it actually doesn't fold in on itself. End caps are going in here, and then I'm just going to use a brad nailer to attach everything on. You can use screws as well. I figured with the Titebond and the brads, everything will hold up fine, but you can use screws. Like I said, they may hold up just as well. So I'm putting the spacers in right now. The spacers are important because you don't want this thing to flex or bend or warp. Now I'm sanding everything up. This is just the outside to clean it up as well. And now what I'm doing in this extremely blurry shot is adding holes that we're going to be putting U-hooks. So this whole thing is going to be suspended from chain, and the U-hooks works a little bit better than an I-hook. An I-hook will kind of have it hang back and forth, and who knows what will happen, but I found that the U-hooks work pretty well in this case. So I'm just drilling the holes and winding them up here, putting the U-hook in, and then when I hang these from the actual posts that are from the fence outside, I'll be using S-hooks as well, so it's easy to take down if I need a water. So putting a spacer in here, adding these nuts, and then we'll be talking about the planter itself and how we're going to preserve it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to drill some drainage holes. That way water doesn't just sit in here. Don't put them in the bottom because all the water will drain out, but if you put them just about an inch or two up, then you have a little bit of water hanging in there still. So we're going to use moss penetrating epoxy. It is perfect for this outdoor application, especially with cedar that's pretty porous. And we're going to apply it in all the planter boxes, all inside. And you can do the outside edges too. You can get a UV epoxy as well that'll make things hold up and kind of keep that shine. But for this, I'm just applying it in the inside and letting this dry. I did 1 to 2 coats depending on how thick I made it, or you can water it down a little bit too. But this stuff goes on very easily. I just used a foam brush. Had to go through 2 or 3 foam brushes, but once it was done with 3 boxes, it was fine. So now just adding the holes here, and then the eye hooks that are just going to hang down from the fence post from my whole backyard reveal, if you haven't watched it. And then I'm going to hang these up here and enjoy them. And I think it's almost time that we cue the music and check this thing out.
All right guys, super easy, very fun. You get to play with a little bit of epoxy. So hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, easy tutorial, but something that you can definitely do to make your plants and your planters last forever. Because most garden projects, after a year or two, those things just fall apart, weather down, and this should help a ton. So guys, hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to my channel up here, and then maybe watch a video down here. Thanks guys, catch you in the next video.